Of a proper resolution on it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I did, this solution was, offered, and it was not acceptable, and I said, well, then the next step should be the council to make that, or I said, John Myers, call him, and then that can be what happened, yeah.
Okay, well, I think that all parties, there's always gonna be somebody that is not happy with it.
Yeah, maybe they could join with this group here.
Maybe they can all
That's
file
fine.
together, but, at the end of the day, we have to do what's right.
Well, I'm very sorry that you guys had to attend to that matter, and I thank you
Well,
for settling it.
It's all part of town and
Okay.
that's what's gotta be done.
Okay.
All right, well, what's next? Ms. Myers?
There's a lady over there, what do you want?
Okay, I'll try to be brief, but as you know, I think earlier the board voted to go ahead with the plaques for the street light fund, or for the street lights for the $1,000 and $500 contributors. And I think it was very expensive. It was around $358, and then there was an email sent from the company needing more information. They think that's for the order. I don't know if the order is confirmed yet or not because they needed more information. But by the time they got through, it was another charge added on for brackets and so forth, and it's getting close to $400. Is that your, okay.
It could be with that extra $47.
Yeah, and I don't know, just offhand, I gave Beth that folder of how many we need, but there's probably 7 at the most that will get plaques. But the way I understood it, it's a single side, a 10 by 10 plaque, and it will hang out on the bracket. And my concern is, before we go into this, I appreciate you taking action on it and trying to wrap it up, but this arm is going to stand out from the lamp post. It's going to have to be raised up to where kids won't swing on it or tear it off or whatever, because they will do that.
Basketball players like to jump up and damage
And
stuff.
also, the town got a grant for some
Being
Why?
a bracket.
brackets for banners to hang off of them. So my concern is, if this bracket is hanging on a plaque and this bracket's having a banner, I don't want them just to rush into and put the plaques up and then the banners, and they're not coordinated. The whole project isn't coordinated. And I don't know, I was thinking more of on some kind of a plaque that went around the post. But I talked to Bonnie, and she said she didn't know of a material that was suitable for that would last, but she's going to do some more checking. But I would like to maybe not go ahead with this until maybe a board member and Doug, and we go look at the pole and we get a plan together before we just go on different directions.
Well, this
We
is
got
far more
about
expensive-
$3,800 plus.
Far more
to spend.
expensive than was ever intended,
Yeah.
and to do it over again, if we're facing this kind of expense, we wouldn't even done it. Because it takes all the money for the post, or for the plaque.
Well, when I raised the money, it was with the idea that if you contribute $1,000, you get your name on a plaque. And $500, there's 2 names on a plaque. 500 and up, only way you get a name. But I didn't know they were that expensive, because we have a balance around 3,800 plus, but we could afford it. But do we want, if we do it, I want a plan.
Well, I think
want.
that the banners definitely need to go up first. And have we predetermined the height of those, where we're gonna put them?
No.
Who's gonna do that? Is that a Doug thing?
Yeah, he put them on the old one, those. Or I don't know if it's Doug, but the street people.
And those will be up 365 days. Be up all year round.
Yeah.
see, the ultimate plan is to take them on up to the post office, maybe beyond there a little bit, and perhaps down this way. Well, you know, it affects more than just these posts down here.
Well, I guess what my thought is do we have to have the banners on every single pole, or can we have every other pole and have the plaques on the alternating?
Right now, the amount that was ordered could go at just at the intersection poles. And then, at the one meeting, you guys had decided to proceed with the banners downtown. So I did order more more poles to go on those as well. But it's not gonna complete them all.
So that means
So
we
it
do have
could
some
go.
gaps.
Mhm.
And I think this is a good opportunity we've been in such a hurry to make sure that we got the name plaques, because when the public raises money to go to a specific project, it's our responsibility to make sure that money goes
Absolutely.
where it's supposed to go in the way that it was intended. The banners, that was a great project. We got some funding to do that, and I think it's wonderful that we can do that. But if one had the priority of the other, we're running on somebody else's money that they donated to us. So I think, in my opinion, the priority is to complete the obligation that we had when we took money from somebody and said that we were going to put their name on something. That should be our first priority. And then put the banners, engineer it, for lack of better words, to where we get the best of both worlds. And you know, I don't think it's going to take rocket science. We can sit here and we can look at that picture and we can say, okay, this is where the poles are, and we can come out with a schematic that we can properly do it and still make it look nice and meet everybody's objectives.
Yeah, well, I was afraid that they might put the banners up first or the plaques
Well,
up first, and then they
you know what?
thought.
You're right, Sue, because
We need a
I hadn't
plan.
thought about it.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about
Uh-huh.
Well,
all of it.
And I mean, we want it to look nice if we're spending that much money, and I want to honor my word to buy the plaques.
I agree.
And
I stand behind you on that.
so maybe a committee or one board member and
And
Beth
Doug,
and Doug, and we can go look at them and figure out a way, because you're going to have two brackets on one pole if you put them all on one pole.
I agree. I agree.
But I don't think those,
Once we get the brackets for both, then we can go out there and
I just don't think those hanging down from a bracket are gonna stay very long if they're under 10 feet off the ground, because
I'm afraid kids.
I would agree, and moreover, the way they're mounted, maybe we need to
Well,
look at another way to mount them.
would you help with that, and Sue, and
Sure.
Beth,
Doug?
Doug,
Doug.
well, how's that for a group?
may I
Okay.
make it, may I make
So then we can, after
Yeah.
we make the decision, we can get with this company, so they're not gonna go ahead with it, are they?
All you gotta do is call them and just tell them to hold off. Have we bought the brackets, the mounting brackets for them yet?
for the
Plaques?
plaques? No.
Good,
you have
because
not
we
made
may
a decision.
decide that we need to mount them a different way.
I think the thought the other night was just let it go away and
Well, and we
Not
just
good
need to look
enough.
at it closer. Yeah, then.
In respect to honoring the citizens that have given money, I've seen numerous parks, and I don't think it costs a lot of money, but there's a Veterans Memorial down there where they have bricks. There's a memorial in other places where they use granite with their names on it. I've seen places where they've donated park benches with their names on them. Isn't that a much more suitable, where you can make a sidewalk with their name, or you can add
Well, I
a
think
park
that-
bench to the
Well,
sidewalk?
and your point's well taken, except for the fact that when we raised the money, it was for a specific purpose, and it was for a name plaque on these light poles.
That's
And,
why I sold it, basically.
yeah, it was basically sold
I
under
didn't
pretense.
sell it, but.
Your comment's well taken.
yeah, we've
If
got,
I may just step in here, there were 11 names on
11?
there, 11
Whoa.
names.
So
And for
we're-
500 and 1,000, I have 9 that are supposed to be single, and I have 3 questions